Okay, now today's video is going to be part 3 of decorating our Rolodex altered book calendar. And it's kind of like a planner slash calendar is what I would call it. So I'm not going to show you yet what else I've done, but I'm going to prepare this with you, the next step of embellishing. And I'm going to use these two cute little coin envelopes, and we're going to decorate these up, and they're going to match what I've already done. And I made several altered recipe cards last night for journaling, and that can be used in this as well. So first thing I did was made these months of the year labels, and I just went into my Canva program. So I just need to measure what's the length of the longest one, which looks to be about 2 1/4, 2.5. Okay, so 2.5 is the longest length that I've done. So I want it to be at least 2.5. And then we're going to cut this cardstock down. So this is the color I decided to use and to go with this blue theme. And then, yeah, so we'll start cutting these down first. So I want to start off with 2.5, and we'll get all of the labels and little tabs made that are going to go in and, you know, wherever I decide to put them. Okay, now let's come over here. Yes, it fits that perfectly. Okay, and then the height, let me look here on the book real quick and see what is the height that I want to use. Okay, so this is the depth of the pages folded, and I took it from the center. All right, so that's 2 3/4. Okay, so I want each tab, let me see now how much was going to be showing up at the top. Okay, so no, from there. All right, so 2 3/4, and then I want, obviously, to have part of it above that. So let's go with 3.5, and let's see if how that works. So we'll do first one, and then we'll see if that is the size we want. Okay, good. I've got 2 pieces here. And let's just go ahead and cut this out real quick, like a bunny. And hello, I'm Marsha, by the way, and welcome to Markets of Sunshine. This is the place for you to learn how to do things for the first time, right along with me. And that's our theme for 2022, is all about making things for the first time and doing things for the first time. And it doesn't always have to be in a junk journal. It can be any number of crafts so that you're learning new things all the time. Oh, I love that. That is really very pretty. I love that. So what I did to make these labels is I just went into my personal artwork, and then files of like collage pages that I've done and things like that that I've saved, and I just used that, and then I resized it down and just, you know, eyed it. I didn't like go crazy technical on the size as far as that went, and then the size I used when I made it up was on an 8.5 by 11 custom page. So when you go into Canva, you can go to use the custom setting, and then you can pick your size that you want to work on. So I always work on the 8.5 by 11, and even if the things I'm making are not that big, it doesn't matter. And then when you go to print it out, you can resize it. So then to print this out, I did it on a 5 by 7 scale size, and it worked out perfect. when I did it the first time on a regular 8.5 by 11, it was way too big. So I said, okay, let's go. So I just decided, well, instead of just jumping all over the place, I said, let's go to the next size down, which happened to be the 5 by 7. And then it worked out perfect. If that wouldn't have been, then I would have gone to 4 by 6. But the 5 by 7 was the next size, and that was the one that worked out perfectly. And so I just love this. This is actually a vintage fabric that I had scanned. So anything that you have scanned, it could be a picture of a photograph from your garden. It could be like a picture from your vacation. So, you know, really think. And I used, as you can see, I used a white for the lettering, and then I used black. So the black didn't look good on this one because it had a dark background, so it needed to have the lighter color lettering, and so all I had to do was go back and forth between the black and the white. So that's the two that I looked, and then that gives it cohesiveness as well. And based on the color that you're using for your label, then that will also determine what you can do as far as your font color. So I just want to go ahead and get these all trimmed out, and then I can quickly cut all of these. They're all going to be the same size, and then glue these on, and then I'll stitch them around the edges later on just to give it that, you know, finished look. I really like that finished look. So this is definitely a process to make, and I wouldn't, you know, try to do it in a day, because I mean your whole day would be taken up doing it. So just, you know, block out some hours here and there and work on it a little bit at a time, and then the next thing you know, you'll have it all completed. And this is definitely one of those projects that you could just keep on embellishing and adding and adding and adding, because I can definitely see how from what I've already done is like, oh, this is so pretty, it's turning out so nice, and I just want to keep adding more and more and more. So I thought, yep, that's definitely. So I'm going to just take a little bit of the Aliens tacky glue. I'm just going to put a little dab in the back, because like I said, I'm going to stitch this later on, and I'm just going to try to center this on the cardstock, and then I will see if this was the right height that I wanted to use after all. Yes, perfect. Okay. And like I said, you'll get to see it in a minute. Just hang on there. I'm building anticipation. Don't you just love it? Okay, so let's do the December one next. And then I'll just show you on the book what I've done already and then how I did it. And then I will continue to cut these out, and again, just centering that. And I let this dry for like an hour before I'm gonna stitch it on the machine. And that will be so pretty stitched, you know, here, and I could just go all the way around the whole thing. And since this part is going to be in and out of the book pages, you don't want to decorate and do anything there, because it would start to wrinkle and tear and things like that. So, and the way I've done mine, it's very compact and snug, so I wouldn't want to take a chance on that. All right, so let me set these aside, get all of this over here. Okay, and then I will bring in the lovely book so that you can see what I've done so far. Alright, so I have not adhered it into place yet, so I just wanted to show you quickly what I added. So I've added this piece here. We had already put the trim on, so I added this piece here, and I added this piece down here because I wanted to cover up that blue paper. So let me lift this off so that you can see what it looked like before. And then what I did here was I measured and I cut the piece of cardstock, and then I collaged, I guess you could say that term loosely, patchwork. So I just cut different fabrics and then went down the cardstock and I zigzagged twice across here, and then I just picked out cream colored trim. And then one last thing that I'm going to do to this after I glue it into place is, where is it? Where did I put them? I'm going to put some cute little flat back pearls. Okay, let me show you the months here. So there's that one, and then there's that one. See? So you can see it very clearly when you're looking at it. It just looks so good already. Just that little bit of little touches. So the more you can, I mean, you can just go crazy with this thing. There it is. Okay, so we're going to glue on the main piece, and then we're going to use these little guys. So this has to be glued into place, but I'm not going to do that until after I get this main piece down. And I might as well go ahead and trim off these loose threads, and you can do that or leave them, whatever, but I don't want them getting in the way or causing any problem. Okay, so now I'm going to get the regular tip Aleene's tacky glue out and just be generous with this because you definitely want it to make sure it stays put. The bottom would stay put more obviously because it's gravity, but the one on the back could have a tendency to fall off if you did not have it glued very well. And use whatever glue you like to use. Completely up to you. Okay, so we're going to place this here, place that there, and then just wiggle it around and get it to where you like it. And then what I will do is I will come in here later and glue down the edges of the fabrics, top and bottom, anywhere that I feel that it needs to be done. It does not necessarily have to be done, but anywhere that I feel that it needs to be done. So I can just carefully lift up those bottom pages and tuck that under there. That is another cool thing about this whole feature of this project. Love it, love it, love it. So cute. Okay, and then now we're going to glue this gold piece, because you have to have, you know, something that is more of the bold element to really catch the eye when you first look at your piece. And so this gold is definitely the perfect addition. Okay, where did I have this? All right, let's just put it right there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with the one in the back. Let's what I showed you before. You can just lay it down. Over. Okay, lift that up. Add our little gold. What I was trying to do with each of these accent pieces was put it in where the seams were, so where the two pieces of fabric came together. So that's what I was doing with that. All right, I had a little bit of glue that got right there, so let me get a paper towel and then I will get that off of there. Even though I think I could come over there and put could put something like this on top of that. That would be cute. Let me do that. Because I'm trying to mingle the two colors. So if you're seeing what I'm doing, I'm mingling the blue color theme and then the cream color theme. These are itty bitty little things. Oh boy. Just again, something to draw the eye to different elements that we have going on here. See, isn't that gorgeous? Look at this. And then I added these two charms, so the colors that I love, which orange goes with blue, and then I have a charm that says family, and then green goes with blue, and then I have green here in the fabrics, and then this one says love. So love, family, family, love. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. So I'm going to come here now, the next thing, and I'm going to just sprinkle in these little blue flat back pearls. So that we can just get a little bit more of a fun interest going on. I also use those liquid pearls, but I didn't have a blue. I don't know why I didn't get a blue. I have a green and a pink and a yellow and a like a creamy and then a bronze. But no blue, no orange. So I'm going to have to expand my liquid pearls supplies. Isn't that cute? Very pretty. And these have all these little pearls dangling off of that. Just trying to find a place to get a cute little And I have bigger ones, but I have to go through my stash and dig those out. But right now, I didn't want this to be super long because the last video was an hour, so I didn't want that to be the same with this one, but just to give you the idea and show you what I'm doing so that that'll help you to give ideas for your project. And thank you so much for all the kind compliments and the comments that you guys have been making about this project. Okay, I like that. Very nice. So I will find different ones that I'm going to come down here and sprinkle here. I think that would look really cool. And then up here, let me do it right on the zigzag. Turned upside down on me. Let me grab another one. They're so super tiny. I have just enough of a fingernail to hold on to it. Okay. One more. All right, so in the next video, what we're going to do is I'll finish up the months tabs, and then we'll start coming in and embellishing and putting things in between to like write on and things like that. So let me show you one of the things that I worked on yesterday. Oh, I need more glue. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm trying to stick it and it's not sticking, and I'm like, why isn't it sticking? Because there's no glue, silly. Okay, there we go. Now, so what do you think? Do you like that? Isn't this beautiful? I hope you enjoy this project, and I hope your books turn out so gorgeous. So let me show you what I had come up with. Okay, so I have the altered recipe cards, and this is what I thought I was going to use to go in here, but because the way I layered it, it's kind of like a little bit, I haven't stitched this, I'm going to stitch it on the machine, but it can fit in, so I could do it in here and just have it like that, and then they would be sticking up like that, so then I can use those for writing. But like this one here, I'd have to do, so depending on where I put this gold piece, and then that would be what would determine how I stick these into between the book pages. So like this one, this would have to, go this direction. So I mean, it could still work, but I made 12, so for one for each month. And so the whole idea, like I said, was to put the anniversary dates on those. So I'm still thinking I will do that. So if I can stitch around all of this and then over it so that it's, not going to affect it. And then of course I'll be, careful and mindful. So like that's not necessarily where January is going to be, but I could come here and then put the January card there, and see, it looks good. It still works. So, I mean, it's still fine. Not a problem. But, oh, this has just turned out so gorgeous. So if you didn't see the whole thing, let me just show you. And turn it around to the back so you can see what I used on the back. It's another vintage feet sack fabric, and I love that. See, actually, I didn't even think about it when I added those two charms. So the green and the orange match the back of it perfectly. So absolutely love it. So we're going to doll up the sides here. I have to go through and find some beautiful buttons that I have, and those are going to be gorgeous. So thank you for being here with me today. Keep creating in the sunshine, and stay tuned for part 4, where we will finish this up, and then we'll move on to our next My First Time Making project. Keep safe. Bye-bye.